Sharon's here. So glad you could join me this week. I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to this. I have gotten tons of messages in about the last 2 months, as soon as I came back, kind of got with it again after my move, that they wanted me to update my PM and my AM skincare. So I thought I would do a video on the PM skincare. There's a few little changes, but you know me, I'm a creature of habit. Pretty much stick with my routine and don't change it. But I want to cover some of the products and what have you. Now, one thing I wanted to tell you is that I do not use my 0.01%. I don't use the big kahuna every single night. I use it about 4 nights a week, my Retin. I'm just going to tell you that straight up. So you're going to see some days I'm talking about with the Retin and the routine on some days when I'm not using the Retin, okay? So if you want to grab a pencil and paper, do it, or replay the video in a little bit. But let's start off with this. The first thing I do every night is I take off all my makeup. Now, I use different products on different days for that as well. Some nights, I use, obviously, my Bioderma and my large cotton pads for taking off eye makeup, because this is the most gentle, okay, when you're middle-aged, and I just hold it on there for about 30 seconds, and then swipe, and voila, it's off. That's top and bottom mascara. So that works beautifully. I swear by the Bioderma. I use it all the time, day and night. I used to use other products, and I used to even use makeup little toilettes in the past, Neutrogena's especially, because I loved them. But as I got older, I started getting drier under here. And I mean quickly it happens, so be careful, okay? And then taking all my makeup off and then cleansing it again. But my skin started to dry out more, so I had to do away with those. But once I take the eye makeup off, the next thing is that I take a very soft kind of a microfiber cloth and just gently wipe all the top layer off. I never rub, I never push. I just wipe all of that off. Then I'm ready to get in and cleanse. Now, the majority of the nights, I start cleansing with either Revision. I use Revision wash sometimes. I also use the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser for dry skin. And then sometimes I use, when I do my double washing, I use the Badger's cleansing oil first just to loosen up all the makeup, and I wipe it off with a warm washcloth, and it's like the little wasabi cloths. I have those constantly. I use them all the time. And then I do my, general cleaning. So most of the time I do use my oil cleanser. Now you can get oil cleansers anywhere and they all work about the same. I know, I've tried them all. So you just, rub the oil all over your face, take a warm washcloth and wipe it all off. Then after you wash your face, whichever way you go, and after you have done your double cleansing, if that's your thing, okay, and one thing I must tell you, remember I told you that when I wash my face now, I'm not using the Clarisonic with the motor on. I just turned the motor off, but I use the handheld Clarisonic just like a little facial brush. Yes, I imagine I could go to the drugstore and get a facial brush, but I mean, if I've got both the big Clarisonic and then my handheld Clarisonic there, and the brush is definitely the gentle brush, so, for delicate skin, sensitive skin and all, well, I'm just going to use that because, it's there, right, girlfriends? Use what you got. Okay, so the next thing after it's all cleansed, and when I get through washing my skin, I never rub it dry. I blot it, with like a polishing cloth, just blot it. because I want a lot of the moisturizer, a lot of the hydration, the water to stay in the skin because I am dry. Sometimes I'll fan myself dry. Then I go to my toner, okay? I used to use the Revision Soothing Calming toner. I no longer use that one anymore. Now, I didn't say I don't sometimes. I say that is not my regular thing anymore. Because this is how I see it, ladies. This Revision is all medical grade, the products. So I'm spending, what, $40 maybe on a cleanser, 40 to 50 on a toner. I mean, that's a little ridiculous when it's on your face for about 60 seconds, maybe a little more than that, but it's not enough time, nor the molecule small enough to seep into the skin to do any good. So what the hell, right? Okay, let's do it a cheaper way and a smarter way. My dermatologist said this was as good as any medical grade for just washing your face and any of the oils you want to use. So that is good to go. Okay, so we patted our skin kind of dry, so to speak. I give it about 5 minutes. Then I go in and I get the toner. And like I said, I'm not using my Revision toner anymore. I'm using 2 different toners and I alternate. The first one is the Dickinson Hydrating, and it has aloe vera in it, alcohol-free toner. Can I tell you, I'm loving this like you would not believe, girls. Love it! And I will list all the products I'm talking about down below. But I tone the skin. When I'm not using that, I use the Hydra Fresh toner by L'Oreal now, okay? Either or is great. It's whichever one my hand just levitates to, okay? But then I tone my skin. All right, then once the skin is toned, I sort of let it dry. I don't sort of, because let's say it's a Retin A night. I'm going in and I'm going to wait not 20, I'm going to wait 30 minutes till my skin calms down. Now in the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm sitting there letting that dry down. I'll put on my eye cream for the night. Now I use, here it is, the Skin Medica eye cream. This is the best I'm just going to tell you, girls, it's been proven. You know, look at the 5 stars just all over the place. This is the best eye cream in the world. I'm not going to say it's not pricey. This is going to run you close to about 90 bucks, okay? But can I tell you, it has helped me a lot. And I also, from time to time, switch over. See, I'm trying to give you guys options here too, okay? I also switch over sometimes to the marula oil eye cream. Now this is heaven. This is a little pricey, but not anything like the Skin Medica, okay? And this is by the Marula Company. You can get that on Amazon, I'll tell you that. So this also is very nice and comfortable. And then of course, sometimes whenever I mask, you know, I will put, you know, the eye masks here before I put my other mask on. And, you know, there's lots of different serums there that can go into your skin. But definitely before I go to bed at night, and that's what I'm getting ready to do, see, after putting my Retin A on, I'm getting ready to put the rest of my stuff on and I'm done for the night. So that's when I primarily almost always use the Skin Medica eye cream. All right. So we got the Skin Medica eye cream on. Now, since this is a Retin A night, I'm waiting 30 whole minutes. Then I go back in and I take my Retin A and I squirt just a pea size in my hand. Now, with that pea size, I'm going to dot here, dot here, dot here, dot here, and rub it all in. I do use the cream. I cannot use the gel, it's too dry for my skin, so my derm said I got to stick with the cream. Okay, whatever. So then, you know, you rub all that in. Then I want to take it down each gel, the neck. I'm going to go down to the décolleté. So that means another pea size at least. And by the time you spread all that around, you have covered all of that. Voila, you're good to go, okay? Now, one thing I do not do, when I have a Retin A night, I don't apply serums or any of that. The only thing I'm going to do is wash. I'm going to tone. You follow me? And then I'm going to put on my eye creams, but I'm not going to put a bunch of serums in. Now, after I get my Retin A put on, and it's done for the night per se, I wait about 10 minutes after that, and I want to seal it in for the night before I go to bed. So there's several different things I use on occasion, and I'm going to tell you what it is that I finish off with. This is my tried and true proven. Thank goodness for Clarissa Patterson, because when she said I could double this with my Retin A and it would make my Retin A even more effective, I am so glad she answered that question, because I am so hooked on this stuff. It's not funny. Cacao oil, ladies. Hello, what else? Okay, so I take the dropper and I put some drops in my hands. I rub it together and I press all of it into the skin. I press down my neck. I go down the décolleté as well. Over everything I have done, I seal it off with cacao oil. Now, if for some reason I'm out, which I'm never out, but let's just say hypothetically I'm lazy that night or something, then I'm going to seal everything off with either my CeraVe, whichever you want to call it. I've heard it twice by different names. Or I'm going to also seal it off with some hyaluronic cream, okay, which I use that for a mask as well sometimes. And those are the things that I do. Now, one thing that is excellent to do, and before I got hooked on the cacao oil, and I still swap off now and then, okay, I want you guys to know that. You know how I am. I was sealing it in with the most fabulous oils by Guerlain. Everybody knows Natalie and I are Guerlain nuts, okay? And I got to blame Natalie for this. She got me hooked on this so long ago that, I mean, I've got every one she's got. I got the cleanser, I got this, I got that. I mean, it's good stuff, girlfriend. It's all natural. But this is the rejuvenating Camilla face oil. It's got avocado in it. It's got primrose, jojoba, vitamin E, all your essential oils. Now, I will squirt this in my hands and rub together and press. I also seal in my Retin A that way too. So it doesn't matter. I've got also here, I've got grapeseed and marigold beauty oil as well. I love this. And sometimes I use plum oil. It's okay to seal it in with anything you like. I'm just getting hooked on the cacao oil because I have noticed the difference it's doing to my neck and to my décolleté. So, hey, ladies, hey. And, of course, you could mix both if you wanted to. I mean, in other words, you could put the cacao here, you know, on your neck and décolleté and put the other on your face. It's whatever you want to do for you. It's all going to work. Okay, now let's skip over and say I'm on a night when I am not using my Retin A. I go through the same routine for washing, except I wash with my 10% glycolic cleaner. Now, I do have some that's even stronger than this. I've got some that are 12 and 14. But if I do it 2 to 3 times a week, I'm sticking to this 10, okay? I'm not going to push it with the dry skin. This is the best cleanser in the world. It takes about 60 seconds. You just keep rubbing it all over, all over, all over. You kind of feel the tingling. It's heaven. It's the best stuff I have ever used as far as a glycolic cleaner. And you know, you want to keep your skin exfoliated all you can. So on the nights when I'm not doing Retin A, I wash with that, okay? Now, when I'm through with that, and you know, I kind of do my toners either or, wait for that to, you know, melt down, cool off, dry, so to speak. Then I move on now to my serums. The one thing I use is SkinCeuticals Resveratrol BE. Yes, it's medical grade. You know I swear by this, girlfriends. Nobody's going to tell me anything different. Because when you're 69, you're going to try every medical grade product you can, because it gets down deeper into the skin cells, all right? The molecule is smaller, so it goes down deeper. I've done videos on this before. I don't want just the surface of the skin. I want it all the way down to the nitty-gritty, because, you know, who knows how long I'm going to be here. I got to look somewhat presentable, right, for my old age. Resveratrol. Major, major, major. All right. And then the next thing I do, I always apply a hyaluronic product. I usually apply HA5. Now, HA5 is medical grade. I don't have one here. I'm waiting for my other office to bring it by to me. But I do have the hyaluronic acid in the revision. Okay, you just squirt it out, do this, press it all into your skin, and it's extra hydration before you go to bed. I want all the hydration I can get, especially since I use the 0.01%, the Big Kahuna. Believe me, it dries out my skin enough, so I want everything I can get. Then, of course, my tried and proved, and you know I'll always use this, my TNS, okay, by Skin Medical. This is the best serum ever, is TNS Essential Serum. The best. It's got the dual chamber where there's the red serum and then the pink lotion. You rub it together and I press it all into my skin. It's made all the difference in the world in my skin, trust me. Of course, the main ingredient, ladies, of all at our age is Retin. Everything around that's kind of okay. I'm not saying you don't need any medical grade after that. I'm just saying you don't need as much as you would be using if you were using like a retinol or something like that. That's weak stuff. But some cannot tolerate Retin. Some are allergic to Retin. Some have to go, you know, with the retinols. I have several clients that are like that. Okay, then let's backtrack a little bit. On the nights that I am not, you said, well, Sharon, you know, you've got all your serums in, you know, you've got, you know, your hyaluronic acid, you've got all this good stuff in there, and you've got your eye creams, any eye cream that night, of course. Usually in the evenings, my cream of choice is always Skin Medica. Every once in a while, I'd say about 3-4 times a month, maybe like once a week, I will use my marilla oil. I trade off a little bit just to kind of keep jump starting the skin, if you know what I mean. Or praying that it jump starts. Okay. All right. Then the main thing is that I seal everything off. Now you can seal it off with cacao oil. And on the nights that I do not use my Retin, I will sometimes do a double seal. I always try to use my oils, okay, to seal it off, or I use a thick night cream. And the night cream that I was using, I forgot to bring it in here, is my Abaji Hydrolux. Yes, it's pricey. I'm not going to say that one isn't a biggie. That's about $100 for that. Can I tell you, though, girlfriends, I've never seen a night cream so luxurious and fabulous in my whole life as the Abaji Lux. Oh, my gosh. I've shown it on one of my videos before, and you guys know how I love it. All right, now, I want to tell you one thing. Almost the majority of every single day, I think maybe I might miss one a week. I can't remember when I did, but there are times. I will always mask first. Now, when I say mask, I've got trays and trays. I mean, they're like storage trays full of masks, every kind of mask you can imagine. And I will always do that when I relax before I get to the skincare later that evening. Like when I come home, and I just peel off all the makeup because I'm so tired of everything being on my face. You know how you just get tired of all this. If I don't have anything planned, I'm going to peel it off. You know, relax, just chill. You know, I do the wash, you know, and then I put my mask on and I totally chill. Now, a lot of people ask me, do you tone after you wash before you put on your mask? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I use one of the very mild toners I told you about. And I put on my mask, and I also wear the shield. You've seen it in a million of my videos. You know, because I'm a skincare freak. Everybody knows that I'm anal about my skin. And then I sit there, and I'm totally relaxed, and I answer comments or I'm answering emails or something while I'm basically cooking good, as I call it. My mask is doing its trick, because I'll leave a mask on anywhere from about 30 to, well, I'd say 30 minutes to an hour. Sometimes I've left them on an hour. It depends. If I'm not in a hurry, I'm going to leave it in there and get as much benefit as I can. Also, when you're through masking and you throw the mask away, there's still so much serum inside your little envelope there that you've torn open. Be sure and scoop out all that. Use the excess on your neck, your décolleté, your arms, your hands. You know, keep yourself hydrated, keep yourself moisturized. That is the main thing. Now, also during the months, let me throw this in. You all know that I do my own dermabrasion, the PMD, machine that I have showed in another video, actually in a couple of videos, and I demonstrated one or showed you how to do it in one. All right, I am a firm believer in dermabrasion. That is a great exfoliant. It takes off all your stuff. You won't have to exfoliate every day if you're doing dermabrasion. You would only have to exfoliate once a week. But I can't say I always follow that rule, okay? Because I'm as much into exfoliation as anybody else. You can also polish them off with soft crystals. You can also use light, little micro scrub grains to exfoliate. You can use, like I said, this, the glycolic cleanser. This is from Glo-therapuetics, and this is about the best there is, okay, if you want a good glycolic cleanser. Blah! But definitely you have to exfoliate. Remember, no amount of skincare is going to do any good at all if your skin is not exfoliated, if it's not fresh. You've got to mask to keep giving it the hydration. I didn't say go insane like I do and do it every day. I think there was one day I missed this last month, that I remember, but I was somewhere off, busy. So, in any case, that's what's important, is the hydration and the exfoliation. And you say, well, Sharon, gosh, if you use Retin, all but 2 days a week, or 2 or 3 days a week, don't you get enough exfoliation? Well, yes and no. I mean, even when you're using Retin, you're going to peel and shed a little bit. I mean, I still do, and I use the 1%. Thank goodness I still do. Now, I didn't say every single time I do, but during the month, I'll have a period where I may be shedding a little bit. And I want to get rid of that dead skin, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to use my glycolic cleanser. I use some little bitty tiny scrubs, which I've shared with y'all before, and something jelly, what was it? I can't remember. I haven't been able to find it since, though. But it might have been discontinued. I think Laura with Shape Up Makeup was using it as well. But anyway, anything that is not hard and rough is what you can use. But the thing about it is, girlfriends, skincare you have to have. Skincare you have to do. It doesn't matter what kind of palette you have, what kind of foundation you have. If you don't have great skin, you're going to look like a big mess. I'm telling you. Skincare is the most important thing, and especially at our age. I'm getting older by the day. I notice things today that I didn't notice yesterday. Like, oh my gosh, I have another one of these little white pockets. Actually, they're called, cholesterol pockets. Whether you have cholesterol or not, I don't know why they call them that. I think it's a hideous name. Makes you think of fat. But anyway, and I already had to have one removed this last year on this side. Now I've got another one coming. See what I mean, girls? Every time you turn around, you got a lump or a bump or something growing or something showing up or a new age spot. I mean, please, can we talk? I have a girlfriend that gets hysterical. She'll call me in the mornings over coffee, and she says, oh my God, I just did a body scan. I have another age spot. I mean, it's like they're all looking for them. We're panicking about all this. So take good care of your skin, and remember. And this has nothing to do with the PN care, but you've got to remember to to wear SPF, and I don't have to stress that enough. So, girlfriends, this is my PM regime as of now. I hope you understood it. If I'll break it down underneath in the description bar for you, and it'll be much easier in the products that I've used. And I want you all to stay sassy, classy, and confident. And give me a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm getting tons of views, but you gotta push the button and subscribe. You take care of you, and I'll catch you in the next video.